Godzilla, minus uno, is one of the greatest films I have seen. Okay, look, I really may be a super Godzilla fan, but I know that like there are some Godzilla movies that are not good, and I'm not gonna call out any names, but yeah, Godzilla minus one is my new favorite Godzilla movie, and here, for example, is the Godzilla from Godzilla minus one. Okay, so the first time I saw the design, I kind of hated it. Well, it looked okay, but it was mostly dorsal plates, you see? I felt like this should have been lower, not like this high, and it just bugged me. I kind of do wish it was here, but it's my new favorite Godzilla design. It's on my top three. No, five. Yeah, I really enjoy it, and let's see. Yeah, Godzilla minus one is pretty good. You may have seen it already won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. So, yeah, let's see. Yes, Godzilla minus one. As a child, I had a fond for Godzilla, so this movie really impacted me a lot. And let's see, it brought Godzilla back from the old roots. I mean, sure, as a child, I saw Godzilla as a hero. So as a child who didn't enjoy watching Star Wars or do the Star Trek thing or even enjoy watching, let's see, PB Sesame Street all that much, or didn't grow up watching baby stuff. No. I was different. I wasn't sucking my thumb, I was sucking my toes. I was thinking outside the box. I thinked outside of boxes. And Godzilla was always there for me. Yes, I remember that the first time my dad showed me Godzilla, he explained to me what Godzilla was. And this was during my Jurassic Park phase, which I'm still in, happily. But let's see, yes, then he told me what Godzilla was, and he hooked me up by watching Godzilla 2014. And that film changed my life. Yep, and let's see what else. Yeah, then I became a super Godzilla fan, watching all his movies from the original 1954 all the way to 1970s to 80s to 90s to 2000, 200. In fact, even my aunt, who, she's awesome, and let's see, even my aunt, when she lived in Missouri, I told her to record any Godzilla movies that showed up on TV, and she recorded me some, let's see, there was for Space Godzilla. She recorded 4 Godzilla movies, which I remember deeply. It was Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, which is my favorite Godzilla movie. And there's Godzilla Tokyo SOS, Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla with Kiryu, I think that was its name. Yeah, Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla, something like that. And Godzilla Finals Wars, which was my favorite too. I'm sorry, I have so many favorites. So yeah, Godzilla really changed my life. I used to play during recess. I used to draw him in freaking picture books. I used to doodle him in my homework, and I still do to this day. And literally saying, like, you could just imagine me just drawing Godzilla like, Emmerich, why is George Washington getting eaten alive on his boat by Godzilla? I don't know. Godzilla is like so cool. And yep, Godzilla's been there since day one. But after seeing Godzilla minus one, this movie changed me. I went from a little boy to a big boy all again. And let's see, it was awesome. Like, Godzilla minus one. So there's 2 versions, really. There's the colored version and the black and white version, which, whatever you want to watch, if you just want to watch in black and white, because only good movies get black and white treatment, so I guess it got the black and white treatment, because it's that good. And, yeah, I watched the color version and the uncolored version. And, yeah, I really enjoyed both of them. It was pretty good. So, let's see. Yeah, so I really like it. It brings back the terror and horror that Godzilla is. Okay, so let's start. So the story is about, I don't know how to pronounce their names, but it's about this, it takes place during World War II. Well, at the end. It's about this Kamizaki pilot who literally is scared of dying because Kamizakis are meant to like hit planes and hit boats and all. So yeah, and like he literally stops on an island called Odo Island where some repair crew are like, okay, check up the plane, fix up, and then they're like, wait a minute, the engine isn't broken, the wheels are fine. The plane doesn't seem to be bad. It's you who's bad because you don't want to commit suicide. And he's like, what? That's crazy. Of course, I want to commit suicide. Something like that. And yeah, then I forgot his name, Tachibana. I think that's his name. He's a mechanic. He's like, You could just tell he's like, for shame, you did not die for our nation. And yeah, Shikizama, that's his name. Shikizama, sorry. And yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right, I didn't die for my nation, so what? And then he sees like fish coming out of the water and they're all dead, like the organs are like when I first smelled my first moldy sandwich, I was like drowning. And let's see. Yeah, I really and yeah, it brought the horror of Godzilla. It's quick to show up horror. Like Godzilla shows up and he's not like freaking Godzilla already. He's like a Godzillasaurus. He's like hunchback, dinosaur-like face, 3 toes, and he's like very fast and a brawler. And yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, and not gonna lie, when he attacked, it scared me. It jump scared me because the design was like, it just appeared out of nowhere from the back. But like, yeah, it kills everybody. Tachibana breaks his leg, and Shikizama has to kill him on the plane. But this Godzilla is confirmed to be peaceful with humans that don't attack him. So when he does look in the plane, he's like, you're cool. You ain't gonna kill me. I'm fine. You vibe. I killed the rest. We cool, bro. And like, yeah, throws the plane, kills everyone. Shikizama survives. No, Shikizama. I'm sorry. It's confusing names. And yeah, let's see. Yeah. And then he wakes up to see Tachibana burying and gathering all the rest of the humans that die. And Shikizama finds out that his parents die, and his hometown is like blown up by bombs. And then after that, he meets a woman and a baby she's carrying. They're homeless technically, and I forgot her name. I think it was Nariko, not Naruto, Nariko. Let's just call her woman. I actually forgot the name suddenly. Yeah, and the baby's name is Minko, I think. Yeah, it's Minko. I think it was Minko. I don't want to offend nobody. I'm trying not to. It's hard. Sorry. And yeah, and then like she's being chased down by the police. She gives her Minko, Miko? Yeah, Miko. Let's just call her Miko. She gives her Miko, and yeah, he meets up with her. She's like, "Oh, thank you for taking my baby," and he's like, "You're welcome." And he's like, "Why were they chasing you? I was stealing food for the baby. Don't you have can't you just feed her?" But they're not related. Like the girl, the woman, and Miko are not related. She just took her because her mother was dying, and she said, "Take care of my baby," and she promised her, and that's why. And then they start living with Shikizama, which sure he's like, "Oh, why am I taking in homelesses? Oh my goodness, why am I doing this?" He takes them in, and then eventually they start a life. They become a family, not married, but just like a family. And let's see, eventually, as they grow together, the war heals, and Japan's starting to rebuild slowly. But then Godzilla gets mutated. Then later on, let's see, there's still bombs in the area. So Shikizama gets a job to like activate the bombs, like blowing them up, the mines. And then later on, he meets Dr. Noda, Kid, and I forgot his name, but let's just call him T because I think his name started with the T. And yeah, they have to like blow up mines to make the ocean safe. And then what happens next? Godzilla attacks. Godzilla soon attacks. Everybody's scared. Then Godzilla attacks a city. Don't want to go into details because spoilers. I only like spoil partial. Here, that's a new thing in my videos. If I'm making movie reviews, like the beginning, it's gonna be like I'm gonna tell you small details, and then I just don't want to spoil it. And then later on, Godzilla attacks the city, which is atomic breath is scary, and I can't believe it. Like I actually cried. I never cried in a Godzilla movie, not because I didn't care. Mostly, it was just I was like, no, the relationship, woman and Sakizama's relationship was so good. Oh, tragic. And then like, yeah, and then let's see. They have a plan. This is an awesome plan. They use real science. Dr. Noda uses this science that it's the plan of Godzilla. And they're using their resources. They're not using like this impossible weapon that's like, behold, the super killer death ray that can shoot Godzilla and blow him up immediately. Or we're going to drown him with grenades in his mouth. No, it's actually a really interesting plan. Even I thought like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. This is a good plan looking. So the plan is that Godzilla, they're going to get him into the deepest part of the water. And then they're going to tie these life air things that, they're going to tie up this bubble thing that will make the water heavier. I'm not sure, I'm not a science teacher. So the bubbles will leave no oxygen or air for Godzilla to float. So it will push him down rapidly into the water, killing him. And if that doesn't work, they have like these life vest things that we use for like lifeboats. That, those plastic ones that they tie up and then like psh, and if underwater doesn't kill Godzilla, pushing him all the way up will kill him because of change. Like whales slowly go underwater, so that's why they don't get like crushed up by the ocean's depth. Like, they have to go slow, and Godzilla, like any other animal, cannot just go down there that fast. They can't kill it. It will blow him up. So yeah, that's the plan. And then Shikishima finds Tachibana. Yeah, Shikishima looks for Tachibana to fix a plane they need to kill Godzilla. And then Godzilla just arrives on shore. He's attacking everything. And then in the most amazing, coolest scene in the whole part of the movie. I don't know why, but the Godzilla theme is a good theme with the dun 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 dun. And then they're like, okay, gentlemen, we're preparing for war. Crack neck, cold, like muscling up. And then they have like boats all over the place. And then Godzilla, they make a boat head towards Godzilla. And Godzilla's atomic breath is different. Every time he uses it, he can't like just reuse it. Every time he uses it, it literally burns his face all the way to his neck. Like it's that damaging, and he has to like wait minutes to recharge it. And yeah, Godzilla is freaky here. Also, I forgot to say, they blew up a mine in his mouth, and he just rehealed himself. So yeah, that was wow. I'm not showing all the abilities. And yeah, he blows up a boat that surprisingly has no one. And then once the Godzilla theme plays, everything's like, okay, let's go, bum bum bum, and it's like awesome. I can't explain it. It's once you hear the dun 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 dun, it's awesome. You'll fall in love with Godzilla, hopefully. And let's see. Yeah, so then they drown Godzilla, but then that doesn't work, so they have to pull him up to kill him. And he's literally awful. Godzilla looks hideous. He looks uglier than my siblings. He's like, ah. And he's like, like burning, and he's like his skin is like breaking apart, and he's like this nasty child that only a mother could love. And yeah, he's about to recharge his atomic breath, and Shikizama like flies through his mouth and blows him up, killing him. Which he survives because Tachibana said, "Look, it's okay, I forgive you. You have to live a life. You have to be there now. I made mistakes too." Something like that. And yeah, Godzilla dies, everybody lives happily ever after. But he gets a message. And he has to go to the hospital because there's somebody important he needs to see. And that's all I'm gonna tell you. And let's see. Alright, and yeah. I liked it. The special effects were awesome. Like, there's this scene where Godzilla is just swimming in the water, and, like, I'm not sure why, but the CGI, I hope it's CGI in a way. Like, that is such good effects they make. Japan really worked hard, and the director knew what he wanted. Like, he wanted everything to go, like... So, it wasn't Godzilla fighting another monster. It was just Godzilla fighting us. We were fighting Godzilla. And it really, brought back Godzilla's evil traits, his evil ways of life. Like, it was him just being a terrorizer, a force of nuclear war. And yeah, I mean, sure, I like him as a hero, not anti-hero, but this version was, like, you have to die. Like, you're cool, you're not as dangerous as some other Godzillas, but you had to die. I'm sorry, Godzilla. Your atomic breath... Your power, you're crazy. And here to tell me, this Godzilla, the one in -1, was scarier because he was smaller. I know what you may be saying. Like, just imagine an ant right here. That's how big. Like, maybe the human's this big. I just know trees are like this big. And let's just say he could just grab a humpback whale like a fish. Like, see, for size, let's just say this Godzilla is like really small. That's it. He's just a small Godzilla, and that made him scarier because he actually could see the humans. And this Godzilla, I could tell he was having a blast killing everybody because he was just like, "Arr, arr, arr. Oh no, help me!" And the scary part is that he doesn't blink after the explosion. After he got like mutated, he does not. Ooh, not again. He does not blink at all. He's just like winning the staring contest, which made him even more uncanny. And let's see. Yeah, he does that. And yeah, Godzilla. I find him very scary in this film. Like, I never found Godzilla more scarier than ever since I saw Shin Godzilla and GMK. But no, this Godzilla was scary as heck. Like, he put warnings, and he made me feel like, oh my goodness, I'm happy Godzilla ain't alive now. And let's see. The acting, Shikizama, I like his character. The actor plays a really good role at making these he makes this character relatable in a way. And the actors, they all play Dr. Noda, Kid, Miko, T, Woman, and yeah, everyone. They just do a great job at this movie. They literally, like, bring these characters, like, sure, when I watch the Godzilla movie, I'm not really that annoyed when a human dies. Even if it's a human I like, I'm like, oh no, Trapper, or like, oh no, Barry, or oh no, Japanese guy number 5, no. Like, but in this movie, I was like, no! No! And I felt sad and all. Like, these characters, like... And Godzilla's not really much in the movie. Like, I think he only has, like, 11 to 10 minutes of screen time in this whole, I think, 2-hour or 1-hour movie. Which I guess was cool. Like, once you see Godzilla, he's like, oh, scary. It's like 28 days later, really. And yeah, Godzilla was awesome. The acting was great. The sets were mostly done green screen, but sometimes they look so realistic. And like all the smooth animation they added for the effects and all, it's just good. No wonder this won the award. I mean, this movie of Godzilla minus one, I have to agree. Godzilla minus one is a really good movie. From the writing, the story, the acting, the effects, and the music. The music hits hard. Like, it hits harder than my dad's belt. Like, that's how hard it hits. So, yeah, I have to give Godzilla minus. Actually, before I leave, there are some problems with movies. Even this movie, I don't personally like. Let's see, the scene where what was his name? Shakizama, like, literally gets saved in a way, like, so his the woman that was living with him, she literally shoves him out of the way just to protect, and I'm like, why don't you both run inside? So that kind of did annoy me. And yeah, I'm not the only one. Moist Critical even said it annoyed him, so go watch his video because it's way better than mine, I have to agree. And yeah, so that was something I didn't like of the movie. And let's see. No, that's not it. I know this may sound pretty, like, on just treasuring Godzilla, but I really enjoy this movie. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. So, Photo Lord out. I'm going to do things. I'm going to play with this guy. Something. So, I'm out. Goodbye.